Ontario follows graduated licensing. In this video, we're going to talk about restrictions for M1, M2, and M licenses. It's quite cold today. Today it's -8. I'm gonna go for a ride and hopefully it doesn't snow on me. There's a snow warning light on the dash too. Okay, so your M1 is basically a written test. You go visit a drive test center and you write this test on a computer. If you pass, you are now eligible to ride a motorcycle in Ontario. And it sounds a little unsafe to me that you can start riding a motorcycle without any prior experience just by doing a test on a computer. But it is what it is. Your M1 is valid for 90 days, and the earliest you could upgrade your license from M1 to M2 is 60 days. As an M1 rider, you are allowed to drive your motorcycle only during the daytime, which is half an hour before the sun rises until half an hour after the sun sets. You can check these weather apps to see what time is the sunrise and sunset. Or if you're lazy like me, you can ride throughout the day until the street light comes on. If the lights are on, that's your sign that you should have been home. You are not allowed to take highways that are over 80 km/h speed, except if the only way to get to your destination is by taking the road that is over 80 km/h speed. Now, if you have your M1, you can just flip over your M1 and you will see those highways that are exceptions. So those are the highways that you can be on it even though they are over 80 km/h speed. You're not allowed to take any passenger and you're not allowed to have any alcohol in your system. Your M1 license is a separate piece of paper and it's extension of your current existing driver's license. So even if you're driving your car, you should carry that M1 with you, because if you get pulled over and you were asked for a license, you may have to present both pieces of identification. Your M2 is valid for 5 years and you have to upgrade the license within that 5 years. If you don't upgrade your license, your M2 will expire and you have to start all over again from level 1. With your M2, you pretty much have all the privileges as a full M license holder, except there's one exception. So you're allowed to be on highways, you can take a passenger, and you can ride at night. But you're not allowed to have any alcohol in your system.
Despite of any class level, there are no restrictions on CC or the engine size. You can be an M1 rider and buy a 1000cc bike, but good luck finding a reasonable insurance for it. Click on the link above if you're interested to know more about motorcycle insurances in Ontario.
The earliest you could upgrade your license from M2 to full M is after holding the license for 18 months if you did your safety course. If you did not do your safety course, then you have to wait 22 months. Now, as an instructor, I'm going to always recommend to do this course because you learn a foundations of riding a motorcycle. So even if you are a rider and you have a previous experience, most likely you may have built some bad habits, and that course will help you to regain that experience with the proper technique, and then you get to be a better rider in general. Your M license is valid forever, and the only restriction that you have is how much alcohol can you have in your system. If you're under the age of 21, you're not allowed to have any alcohol whatsoever. And if you're over the age of 21, you're allowed to have under 0.05 BAC level. Now, there are consequences if you were caught at 0.05 or over, which is basically a license suspension, penalties, and not to mention your insurance is gonna go up. And if you were to be caught at 0.08 or over, that is basically considered as a criminal offense, a federal criminal offense, and that hits you hard. At this point, you're paying much higher penalties, much longer license suspension, and of course, your insurance is gonna go off the roof after that. I mean, it's apparent. It's no-brainer. It's never recommended to drink and ride. Maybe drinking within the limits and driving you could get away with, but motorcycles are different. They do require balance, reaction time, focus, and if you were to drink, the few things that we lose is balance, reaction time, and focus. And of course, I would never recommend for you to drink and ride. That makes no sense to me. And there you have it. I hope it was helpful. My name is Tushar from Traction Control and Advanced Street Rider Training. My job is to help you master your own motorcycle, because the way you ride a cruiser is not the way you ride a sport bike. They are designed differently, and in order to max out its potential, you have to ride it the way it's designed. So if you're interested to invest in your safety or really get good at riding your own motorcycle, you can find me on my website, tractioncontrol.ca, or you can connect with me on my social media, which I will link down below in the description. Thank you very much for your time. I hope to see you on Two Wheels someday.